Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls, where tonight it's a Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game. It's the Warroad Warriors, the number 1 seed, coming in with a record of 21 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie, and coming off a semifinal win against Thief River Falls back on Saturday, taking on the number 3 seed in the tournament this year, the Detroit Lakes Lakers. Lakers are coming in with a record of 17-9-1, and they're coming off a 3-2 win over 2nd seed East Grand Forks, so the 3rd seed coming in and getting into the championship game here this evening. Got John Michael with you here, rinkside, and glad to have you along here on KQ92, KQ92.com, and also online, all up and down the board at yourliveevent.com, as we have coach's comments coming up here in the pregame show with Warrior head coach Jay Hardwick. We'll take a look at how we got to this point. We'll take a look at the bracket from the Section 8A Boys Hockey Tournament. It got underway a while back, as a matter of fact, with the play-in round. We'll run through, we'll get a bracket breakdown as far as that goes. We'll take a look at some of the other section finals that are being held this evening. Some have already punched their ticket to the state hockey tournament down at Grand Casino Arena next week. We'll take a look at all of that, and we will get into more as far as that goes. Right now, we are going to take our first break. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have more from Ingolstadt Arena and Thief River Falls. It's the Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game on KQ92 and your live event.
Information, daily announcements, contact information, schedules, and more. warroadschools.org. Whether you're grabbing fuel, a hot cup of coffee, or your favorite snack, Lakes Community Cooperative's C-stores have you covered. With friendly faces, convenient locations, and the service you trust, we're your quick stop that feels like home. Lakes Community Cooperative, your co-op, our community.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Kyle Larson here for Franson Bank and Trust. We are a Farmer Mac approved lender that can offer operating lines of credit, land, equipment, and facility financing. Our lending experts understand the farm economy and climate in and around the Ada area. With a fast underwriting process and local decision making, you can save time on all farming and ag-related inquiries. Contact our Ada office today to learn more. Franson Bank and Trust, real people, real results. Member FDIC.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassiz Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at
Welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls. It is a pregame show here. Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game, 3rd seed Detroit Lakes going up against top seed Warroad. Play-in round for this tournament got underway Valentine's Day. It was Park Rapids defeating Kitson County Central 6-5, and Red Lake Falls skated past Lake of the Woods 10-1. Quarterfinal round happened on Tuesday last week. it was top seed Warroad defeating Park Rapids 16-0 to advance to the semifinals. Other semifinals saw Thief River Falls get past Crookston 6-4. Also in the quarterfinal round, East Grand Forks skated past Red Lake Falls 8-2, and Detroit Lakes defeated Bagley Foston by a score of 5-1. This past weekend, on Saturday, it was the semifinal round. Top seed Warroad defeated Thief River Falls 8-1. And it was, again, Detroit Lakes, the number 3 seed, knocking off the second seed, East Grand Forks 3-1. It was a 2-1 game with an empty net goal at the end that made the difference as far as that goes. So that is where we stand as far as a section for 2026-2025. Of course, it was won by East Grand Forks, and they went all the way to win the Class A championship. 2022, 3 and 4 was won by Warroad. East Grand Forks won in 21, Warroad in 2020, East Grand in 17 and 19, Thief River Falls in 16 and 18. So Warroad is looking for their 5th championship in the past seven tries. Here as Detroit Lakes is the opponent here, taking on the Warriors here in the section title. When we come back, we're going to have our coaches' comments. We'll chat with Warroad head coach Jay Hardwick coming up here on the pregame show. That's on the way next. You're listening to High School Boys Hockey Championship Boys High School Hockey from Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls on Lake Country KQ92, online at KQ92.com and also at yourliveevent.com.
When temperatures drop, Heatmore knows you need a heat source that can both provide high quality heat and last the test of
Warroad
time.
Public
For over
Schools
20
are
years,
eager to have
Warroad
students
outdoor
and a staff
indoor
back in the
lighting
classroom and all school
industry,
activities.
bar
If you
none.
have
Heatmore's
questions for the
limited
school year's
lifestyle
schedule,
sports
visit
shows the
Warroad
confidence they
School
have in their
website,
shows and allows you to have
warroadschools.org. The Warroad Public School website is a valuable resource for the community. Visit the site for updated information, daily announcements, contact information, schedules, and more. warroadschools.org. Whether you're grabbing fuel, a hot cup of coffee, or your favorite snack, Lakes Community Cooperative's C-stores have you covered. With friendly faces, convenient locations, and the service you trust, we're your quick stop that feels like home. Lakes Community Cooperative, your co-op, our community.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Kyle Larson here for Franson Bank and Trust. We are a Farmer Mac approved lender that can offer operating lines of credit, land, equipment, and facility financing. Our lending experts understand the farm economy and climate in and around the Ada area. With a fast underwriting process and local decision making, you can save time on all farming and ag-related inquiries. Contact our Ada office today to learn more. Franson Bank and Trust, real people, real results. Member FDIC.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassiz Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Farming.
All right, welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena. A little bit earlier this evening, had a chance to chat with Warrior boys hockey coach Jay Hardwick. We'll have that conversation now coming up on the pregame show on KQ92 and your live events. All right, welcome back in the pregame show here of tonight's section championship game here at Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls. It's a third seed Detroit Lakers going up against the top seed Warroad Warriors. Talking with Warrior head coach Jay Hardwick. Coach, congrats on getting back into another section championship and putting yourself in line for another state tournament trip. But standing in front of you is Detroit Lakes, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. They're going to come ready to go. I'm sure they're going to bring a lot of fans, and they haven't been to the state tournament in a long time, so I'm sure that's something they want to do too. But that's every year the goal is to make to the state tournament, and everyone's goal at the start of the season. And now it's down to just the two of us, so I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, big semifinal win over Thief River Falls. You got out to a fast start, and I think you and I have talked about it last few times we've talked anyway. You like the fact that your team is getting out, and it seems like the light bulb is going on. I said, okay, this is how we start fast, and you guys are continuing that.
Yeah, I think it's just being ready to play and ready to execute. And it was nice that we could do that. Against Thief River, we kind of jumped out there in the first period and put some space in between, and then just kind of carried it into the second, and then finished off the third. So it was usually your playoff games aren't like that, but I'll certainly take it.
When a game gets to the point where it's 7-8, 8-1 or whatnot, and basically you're just playing out the third period, so you can get off the ice or whatnot. Is there more coaching involved in that type of situation as opposed to maybe a 1-goal game, a no-goal game?
Well, I think at that point, you're just you don't want to get any bad habits. You want guys to play the same way, whether or not it's 8-1 or it's 2-1. I just that was my biggest message is that go out and be smart and do the right things, and and then just stay out of the crap because we still got another game to play.
Talking with Warroad boys hockey coach Jay Hardwick here in the pregame show. Detroit Lakes, number 3 seed, beating East Grand Forks, the number 2 seed. Did that surprise you at all, Coach?
No, I mean they split during the year, so it's not surprising. They played each other tough, and Detroit Lakes has played really well the last part of the year here. Let's say the last 10 games or so. So I knew it was going to be a battle. I figured it was going to be a close game, and it certainly was. 3-1 with an empty netter, and it could have gone either way. And but no, I thought it was going to be like that.
Again, the Warriors taking on Detroit Lakes. Played them earlier on in the season too. I think it was a 3-goal game down in Detroit Lakes. Is that too far in the rearview mirror for you to use as far as preparation goes?
I think so. We're both different teams now. I think we're both better teams. Just from me being with our guys and then watching film on Detroit Lakes. And that's what you want. You want to get better as the season goes on, and I think we both are different and better teams. So it's going to be different. You can't, there's a lot of what I kind of say is, what happens in the regular season once playoffs starts, you throw it out the window because it doesn't really matter anymore. Everyone starts playoffs with a even record, and then now you got to go prove it all over again. So, I'm sure Detroit Lakes is thinking the same thing. So. We've prepared just like whether we're playing Thief River or East Grand Forks or Detroit Lakes, and we got to be ready.
Final question, the biggest question I would think, I think it's a question on everybody's mind: is 51 minutes of Warrior hockey going to put you back on the top of the heap of Section 8A boys hockey?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of things well. Got to be good defensively, limit their chances, and then when we do get our chances offensively, we're gonna have to make sure we make them count.
Coach, appreciate it here. Best of luck to you. Great, and congrats on a great season.
Thank you.
All right, we're back after this 1-minute timeout. Yeah, we're going to keep it right here on KQ92. We will take a 1-minute timeout coming up here as Warrior head coach Jay Hardwick joining us here just moments ago, a little while before the start of the contest. We are going to take that 60-second timeout. When we come back, we're going to take a look at Class A up and down the board as far as section finals go. We'll see who's in, who's playing to be in, and what we have left to fill out the bracket for the State Boys Hockey Tournament next week. That's after the 60-second timeout on KQ92, KQ92.com, and yourliveevent.com.
Are you looking to make a difference in the lives of others? We're a passionate team at
Warroad Public Schools are eager to have students and the staff back in the classroom and all school activities. If you have questions for the school year schedule, visit Warroad School website, warroadschools.org. The Warroad Public School website is a valuable resource for the community. Visit the site for updated information, daily announcements, contact information, schedules, and more. warroadschools.org. Whether you're grabbing fuel, a hot cup of coffee, or your favorite snack, Lakes Community Cooperative's C-stores have you covered. With friendly faces, convenient locations, and the service you trust, we're your quick stop that feels like home. Lakes Community Cooperative, your co-op, our community.
Welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena up in Thief River Falls. As it's we're counting down the minutes here, just a few minutes left here before the start of tonight's Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game here between the third seed Detroit Lakes Lakers and the top seed Warroad Warriors. As we take a look at Class A in boys high school hockey, there's 3 teams already that have punched their ticket to Grand Casino Arena in St. Paul next week. One of them being the Dodge County Wildcats, who upended top-seeded Northfield in the Section 1A championship game 4-2. So Dodge County, one of 3 teams that have already punched their ticket in. Another being the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders, an opponent of the Warroad a little bit earlier on this season. St. Cloud Cathedral had to score late in the game to get past Monticello, but they did, and they're also off to Grand Casino Arena, as is the number 1 team, and they have been for the past couple of weeks anyway. The number 1 team in Class A in Minnesota Boys High School Hockey, the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets. They had to go overtime yesterday against Cloquet Esco Carleton over at Amsoil Arena in Duluth. And it was Hibbing Chisholm coming up on top, 3-2 in overtime. So the top seed, or the top ranked team in Class A, has advanced to the state tournament more than likely, depending upon the rest of the rankings and how the seedings go this weekend and whatnot. More than likely getting that top seed, which means, and if the bracket runs like the girls' state tournament does, the bracket, we could have Hibbing playing in that very first game at Grand Casino Arena. And again, that coming up next week in St. Paul, March 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Now, games that are going on tonight, the Section 2A championship games happening at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Top seed Delano, also an opponent of Warroad this year, is taking on second seed Blake. In the Section 3A championship game at the Don Roberts Ice Rink at Lund Center in St. Peter, Minnesota, top-seeded Laverne is going up against second seed Mankato West. In the Section 4A championship game at Aldrich Arena down in the Twin Cities, top seed Matamidi going up against the Chisago Lakes. That in the 4A championship game. The 6A championship game also happening tonight. That's top seed Sartell going up against number 2 Northern Lakes. That happening at the Municipal Athletic Complex in St. Cloud. Switching over to Class AA. The AA bracket, 3 teams there have also punched their ticket into the state tournament. The Rosemount Irish won the Section 3A, 3AA championship. They're headed off to the state for the first time in 45 years. Rosemount is going to be in the Class AA boys tournament. The Section 6 AA tournament, Edina defeated Wayzata by a score of 3-2. And Moorhead, the defending state champion, skated past Elk River in the 8 AA championship game by a score of 5-1. Now, games happening tonight In the 1AA championship game, Farmington is going up against Lakeville South. That's a 1 seed against a 2 seed. In the 2AA championships game, top seed Minnetonka going up against number 3 Chanhassen. 4AA championship game, that happens tomorrow, actually, at Aldrich Arena. It's 5th seed Gentry Academy going up against 3rd seed White Bear Lake. Now, Gentry Academy upset number 1 Hill Murray in that section. White Bear Lake upset number 2 Stillwater, so it'll be the Stars going up against the Bears in the 4AA championship game. The 5AA championship game, that again is a number 5 against a number 3, where 5th seed Andover is going up against 3rd seed Centennial. Andover upset top seed Maple Grove. Centennial knocked off 2nd seeded Blaine. And the 7AA championship game, that'll see top seed Grand Rapids going up against the Rock Ridge Wolverines. That is your bracket breakdown. We are going to take another break. We'll be back with more high school boys hockey from Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls. We're getting you set for Section 8A Championship Boys High School Hockey right here on KQ92, KQ92.com, and also online at yourliveevent.com. This season, local athletics.
Warroad Public Schools are eager to have students and a staff back in the classroom and all school activities. If you have questions for the school year's schedule, visit Warroad School website, warroadschools.org. The Warroad Public School website is a valuable resource for the community. Visit the site for updated information, daily announcements, contact information, schedules, and more. warroadschools.org. Whether you're grabbing fuel, a hot cup of coffee, or your favorite snack, Lakes Community Cooperative's C-stores have you covered. With friendly faces, convenient locations, and the service you trust, we're your quick stop that feels like home. Lakes Community Cooperative, your co-op, our community.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Kyle Larson here for Franson Bank and Trust. We are a Farmer Mac approved lender that can offer operating lines of credit, land, equipment, and facility financing. Our lending experts understand the farm economy and climate in and around the Ada area. With a fast underwriting process and local decision making, you can save time on all farming and ag-related inquiries. Contact our Ada office today to learn more. Franson Bank and Trust, real people, real results. Member FDIC.
What's going on today?
All right, welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls. Both teams back out on the ice. And it's a top seed Warroad Warriors, no strangers to this type of situation, going up against Detroit Lakes. And let's take a look at the goaltender matchup here for tonight. As we got a pair of, the starting lineups, and we're going to have that with our public address announcer right now. Great. We're going to take a break. Back with championship hockey after this timeout on KQ92, KQ92.com, and YourLiveEvent.com.
When it comes to keeping
Warroad Public Schools are eager to have students and the staff back in the classroom and all school activities. If you have questions for the school year's schedule, visit Warroad School website, warroadschools.org. The Warroad Public School website is a valuable resource for the community. Visit the site for updated information, daily announcements, contact information, schedules, and more. warroadschools.org. Whether you're grabbing fuel, a hot cup of coffee, or your favorite snack, Lakes Community Cooperative's C-stores have you covered. With friendly faces, convenient locations, and the service you trust, we're your quick stop that feels like home. Lakes Community Cooperative, your co-op, our community.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Kyle Larson here for Franson Bank and Trust. We are a Farmer Mac approved lender that can offer operating lines of credit, land, equipment, and facility financing. Our lending experts understand the farm economy and climate in and around the Ada area. With a fast underwriting process and local decision making, you can save time on all farming and ag-related inquiries. Contact our Ada office today to learn more. Franson Bank and Trust, real people, real results. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls. We are just about ready to get underway here. Championship Boys High School Hockey on KQ92, KQ92.com, and YourLiveEvent.com. It's the Warroad Warriors going up against the Detroit Lakes Lakers. Lakers, again, the number 3 seed in this year's tournament. And they are the opponent here tonight. Sent over into the Detroit Lakes end. Play along the near side now, all the way down the length of the ice, and that's going to be an icing. That is going to bring up our first face-off. Face-off brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company in Warroad. Sportsman stop. Gas popping munchies, everything you need. Highway 11 East. Face-off one here by the Lakers as they send it over here into the near corner. Coming free now. It's going to be played up and ahead. Now it's going to be played up here. Easton Kennedy with it now. Kennedy gets dumped into the board. Take it up here. Broden Huntfent. Now up ahead is going to be played up now. Kennedy will send it back into the Warroad end. Been just underway here. Opening seconds here of the opening period here at Thief River Falls, Ingolstadt Arena. Played up here in the near corner now. Kennedy chasing after it here for the Lakers. Still tied up here. Now it's going to be kept into the point nicely that time by Max Ducharme. Over in the far corner now, Gavin Anderson with it now. Anderson playing it up ahead. Now it's going to be taken away there by Carter Whitworth here for Detroit Lakes. Play up at center now. It's going to be skated up here by Anderson. Anderson into the Thief River Falls zone. Shot in. That goes wide of the net. Kept in. And it's going to be chasing it down there. Ducharme with it now. Up ahead further here for Henry Olson as the Lakers gain the Warrior end. We played just about a minute and a half here of the opening period. Here come the Warriors back the other way. Connor Lund here along the near side. Sent all the way around the board. Stopped back behind the net there by Lindbergh. Griffin Lindbergh, the junior netminder for Detroit Lakes. Back out of the point now. Kept in nicely there by Sam Hard. Dumped down low. Karam's out. And it's going to be covered up there by Lindbergh. That is going to bring out another Farmers Union Oil face-off. Farmers Union Oil Company face-off. Farmers Union Oil Company, Highway 11 East in Warroad. It's going to be Casey Hendrickson to take the draw along with Lawson Justison for Detroit Lakes. Face off here in the near face-off circle. Again, we're about a minute and a half into the opening period, Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game. Gathered up here now, pushed up ahead here by the Lakers is Sullivan Broughton. Broughton sending it in now, taking up here Thomas Grappentine. Now it'll be carried back here by the Warriors. Trailing on the play, keep it in the zone there, Sam Hard. Play out front. Cleared up and out there by Detroit Lakes. Stolen away. Connor Lund dumps it right back over into the far corner. Nice job by Connor Lund there to keep the puck in. Set down the length of the ice here. And it's not going to go all the way down the length of the ice, so play continues here. Nice touch pass there. Samuelson. Here's Ryan Chamernick. Fires a shot. The save made. Save made by Lindbergh. Save brought to you by Security State Insurance Agency in Warroad. Visit them for all your insurance needs. The pros over at Security State Insurance. It also brings us up to face-off. Off to the right, Lindbergh. Dump back behind the net. So over here along the near side, long pass up ahead. Here come the Lakers back the other way. It's Cymbaluk. Shot that hit the side of the net that time. And our first penalty is going to be coming up here as well. Comes from behind the play, and we'll see if they take one or if they take two, and I think it's just going to be one. I think it's going to be just Avon Huntvent that's going to go, so Detroit Lakes is going to get the first power play of the hockey game. 2.5 minutes into the opening period, Lakers with the first special teams opportunity. Face off to the right to Finn Hansen. Face off brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company. Now they toss Kennedy, and taking a draw now for Detroit Lakes is William Cymbaluk. Sent all the way around the board down the length of the ice. Stop back behind the net there by Lindbergh. So it's going to be skated up and out here now by the Lakers. Sent up to center ice. Kennedy, or check that, it was Walter that sends it in. Sent all the way around the board now, and whistle stop and play here. And we will get another face-off in the Warroad zone, in the offensive zone here for Detroit Lakes. Minute and a half left to go in the minor penalty to Warroad's Avon Huntvent. 14:07 left to go here, first period. Easton Kennedy on the draw here for the Lakers. Back out to the point now. It's Walter. Walter. Now over here to Kennedy. That one's broken up there by Broden Huntvent over into the near corner. Tip back up and out. Now it's Walter. Over to Kennedy. Clears a shot. Save made by Hansen. Save brought to you by Security State Insurance. Now it's going to be Cymbaluk. Back up top here to Walter now for the Lakers. Firing it in. Puck loose. That's going to be knocked down. Sent down the length of the ice by the Warrior penalty kill. 1 minute left to go in the 5-on-4 skater advantage here for the Lakers. Scoreless hockey game here on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Walter with it now. Backhanding it in here now for Detroit Lakes. They'll chase after it. Taken up there by Warroad. Sent all the way around the near side. Easton Kennedy trying to keep it in. Kept in here by the Lakers. Puck caroms free. Sent up but not out. Walter keeping it in now. Long cross-ice pass for Cymbaluk. Here come the Warriors back the other way. Pass goes behind Connor Lund that time. We played 4 minutes here of the opening period. Here in a scoreless game on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. No score here between Warroad and Detroit Lakes. Kennedy brings it in now here for the Lakers. Outside the circle now. Father there, Thomas Grappentine trying to clear it. Knocked down by the Lakers. Keeping it in the offensive zone here. Centering pass. That's going to be broken up by Warroad. Sent out to the center ice area. And the Warriors back at full strength. So they kill off the first penalty of the game. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Play over here far side. Sent up here, Avon Huntvent. Touch pass here now, Gavin Anderson. Anderson fires a shot. That goes wide. Gathered in now by Justison. Justison setting it back the other way here for Detroit Lakes. Tipped into the zone there now by Carter Whitworth. 12:08 left to go in the period. Another shot. That goes just wide of the net. Play over here in the near corner. Sent back up and sent into the Warroad end here by the Lakers is going to be Broden Huntvent with it now. Huntvent up ahead to center ice. Now it's Q Jackson now. Jackson is going to be sent in here now. Gavin Anderson. Both teams chasing after it here near corner. Now back behind the net. It's Huntvent. Sending it over to here at far side. Gavin Anderson at the point. Dumping it down low. Knocked down there by the Lakers. It's Brody Fender. Fender with it now here along the near side, banking it off. Now it's Gavin Anderson bringing it in with a burst of speed. Anderson with the shot. That hit traffic in front. Here's Sam Hard with it now for Warroad. He brings it in on side. The big number 9. Puck loose in front. Cleared out of there by the Lakers. Backhanded toward the net. Taken up here by DL. They flip it up down the length of the ice here. It's going to go... Well, it's going to go in on net, so play will continue. 11:09 left to go here in the opening period. Scoreless game on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. It's Ryan Chamernick. Sent around the board now here along the near side. Take it up here, Thomas Grappentine. He fires it back into the Detroit Lakes end. Play up here along the far side. Now it's going to be Sam Hard with it. He's tied up over there along the far wall. Now it's going to be gathered in here by the Lakers. Lakers clad in their red uniforms, red helmets, red breezers. Thomas Grappentine now back behind his own net, sends it here along the near side. It's gathered up here now by Sam Hard. Hard with the pass up ahead. Samuelson, touch pass in. And they're going to say they played, they're going to call a hand pass. It's going to bring a face-off back into the Warroad end. Face-off brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company. Farmers Union Oil Company face-off. Off to the right to Finn Hansen. Shots so far. 5 for Warroad, 1 for the Lakers. We played about 6.5 minutes here, the opening period, and whistle immediately after they dropped the puck here. Face off to the right of Finn Hansen, stick side. Played up here along the near side. Now it's going to be gathered up, sent up to neutral ice. Long cross ice pass out. Overskated there by Ryan Lee. Lee comes out of there with it now. Lee charges back the other way here for Warroad. Lee fires a shot. The save made. Another save made by Griffin Lindbergh. Couple of saves, both brought to you by Security State Insurance of Warroad. It's also going to bring up a face-off. Face-off brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company. Face-off in the Detroit Lake Zone, an offensive zone face-off here for Warroad. It'll be Casey Hendrickson taking the draw. Sent here along the near wall, sent all the way back out to neutral ice here. Scoreless hockey game through 7 minutes. No score between Warroad and Detroit Lakes. Lund with the blast. That goes just wide. Scoreless hockey game on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Ryan Lee dumping it in. Now Warroad will chase after it. Back after it for the Lakers is Rhett Walter. Walter, the ninth grader, rather. Now it's going to be played up a little bit further here for the Lakers. Now it's going to be brought across, sent into the zone, shot and save, made, rebound, loose puck side of the net. Cleared up by Warroad. Now Walter at the point, shot that goes high and wide. Kept in by the Lakers. It's Rhett Walter. Now taken up by Warroad, losing control of the puck here. Now they send it out to neutral ice, where it's going to be gathered in here by Carter Whitworth. He'll bring it back in here for Detroit Lakes. Blocker save made there by Finn Hansen. Save brought to you by Security State Insurance of Warroad. Broden Huntvent with it now. Huntvent from out of his own zone. Pass up ahead to Gavin Anderson. Anderson crosses. He's got Q Jackson with him. Play over here near corner. Coming up on a halfway point here of the opening period. Lakers with it now. It's Easton Kennedy. Kennedy back the other way. Kennedy toward the middle. Now has to wait for his line mates to get back on side. Now Kennedy still with it here. Taken off to play there by Sam Hard. Grappentine over there now trying to dig it free here for Warroad. Now Sam Hard trying to clear it. Lakers keep it in the zone. Played back behind the net. Now it's Grappentine. Grappentine here along the near wall here for the Warriors. Sent back in here now by Detroit Lakes. We're halfway through the opening period. Scoreless hockey game on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Skated back the other way here, Thomas Grappentine. Sent back behind the net now. Tied up once again, Lakers coming out of there with it. Skated up and out now by Lawson Justison. Played up here along the near side. Now the Warriors with it on the far wall. It's Grappentine who will send it in on net. Covered up there As knocked away there by Lindbergh. Shot back in here now by Warroad. Again, we're over halfway through. Shots now 6-5. It was 5-1 in favor of Warroad, so the Lakers are starting to put some shots up now. 6-5 in favor of Warroad. Scoreless hockey game on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Play here over into the near corner, up along the near wall, up at center ice now. Tipped ahead. Humanek can't catch up with it. Now it's going to be sent into the Warroad end. Ryan Lee with it now. Lee skating it back behind his own net. Giving chase there is Schlotterhoff for Detroit Lakes. Lee with it now. Puck kind of gets away from him. It's going to be gathered up there by Rhett Walter here for Detroit Lakes. 7:13 left to go here in the opening period. Again, no score between the Lakers and the Warriors on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. And a face-off here. Looks like they're going to do it right at center ice. A face-off brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company in Warroad. It's Casey Hendrickson for Warroad. For the Lakers, it's Easton Kennedy. Facing it off right at center ice, right on the Prowler logo here at Ingolstadt Arena. Tied up there now. It's going to be gathered in and played up ahead here by the Lakers. It's Huntvent, Broden Huntvent sending it in here now for Warroad. 7 minutes left to go here in the period. Scoreless game on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. It's Easton Kennedy. Kennedy sending it in. Back behind the net now. Tipped over here into the near corner. Warriors playing it up. Shot back in here by the Lakers. Taken up now by Broden Huntvent, who slides it over on this side to Wesley Schreiner. Schreiner, a long pass up ahead. Connor Lund. Lund with a foot race for it. Lund shoots on a big save. Big save by Lindgren. Lund with a nice hard shot there. Lindgren coming up with a save. Lakers trying to get something going here on the other end. Kennedy with it now. Outside the circle. Taken up here now by Mason Reed. Reed with it now. Playing it into the Detroit Lakes end. 6:09 left to go here in the period. Scoreless hockey game in the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. And we are going to get an icing and a face-off down in the Detroit Lakes end. 6:04 left to go here in the period. No score here between Warroad and Detroit Lakes. Shots 7 for the Warriors, 5 for the Lakers. It was 5-1 in favor for the Warriors, so the Lakers have outshot Warroad 4-2 in this last stretch. Face-off brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. Won there by the Lakers. It's Rhett Walter with it now. Sliding it over here now to older brother Bauer Walter. Tied up back behind the Detroit Lakes net. Back up top now. Here's Shagaby with the shot. That goes wide. Yeah, and it's going to deflect up into the netting up above the plexiglass behind junior netminder for Detroit Lakes, Griffin Lindbergh. 5:47 left to go here in the opening period here at Ingolstadt Arena, Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game. Again, 3 teams have punched their ticket to the state tournament, and 3 more will tonight. Puck skips the stick of Avon Huntvent. He has it center ice quickly. A D-to-D pass here now to Ryan Lee. Lee up ahead now, Gavin Anderson. Anderson, nice drop pass here to Q Jackson. Taken away there, knocked away there by Henry Olson here for Detroit Lakes. Back in his own zone now, Ryan Lee sending it around the board now. It's Mooney Shagaby up ahead, Q Jackson. Anderson gets it in stride. Catches it in stride now, back behind the net. Anderson, here's even Huntvent shot, save made by Lindbergh. Take it up here by Ryan Lee. Lee back behind the net of Lindbergh once again. Back up top, here's Avon Huntvent. Huntvent fans on the pass. Puck goes back out into the neutral ice area. 5 minutes left to go here in the period. Lee with a shot. Glove save made by Lindbergh. That brought to you by the Security State Insurance Agency. Security State Insurance Agency bringing you another save here in the hockey game. 14 have been made. 9 by Warroad, 5 by Detroit Lakes. Scoreless hockey game in the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard face-off. Brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. Ryan Chamernick now over here to Samuelson. Back to Chamernick. Chamernick fans on the shot. Flipped up high and out of the zone. Almost an opportunity there for Chamernick. He just kind of fanned on the shot when he was out in front. Taken up by Warroad. They skate it back the other way is Taylor Humanick. Humanick sending it into the board now. Back behind the net of Lindbergh. Sent over here far side now. Schreiner with the shot. That goes all the way through. Here's Humanick now. Humanick has that one knocked down by Cymbaluk here for Detroit Lakes. Here's Easton Kennedy. Kennedy bringing it across. Kennedy sent in. Play over here, near corner. 4:09 left to go here in the period. Chamernick with it now. Gathered up here now by Broden Hunfent. Big number 21 up ahead here. Now it's going to be fired into the zone there by Chamernick on net. Saved there by Lindbergh. Now it's going to be skated back the other way by Brody Bender. Played in here now by the Lakers. They'll chase after it. Getting there first is going to be Riker Zimmerman. Zimmerman with it now. Over here into the near corner. He gets tied up. Centering feed. Puck loose. Still loose. Side of the net. Puck still loose. No one can get their stick on the puck to either clear it or get a shot away. Puck still behind the net to Finn Hansen. 3.5 left to go. Here comes Warroad back the other way. Connor Lund. Lund coming in. Ridden off the play. Centering feed. Now it's going to be Hendrickson. Deflected over into the corner there by Sam Hard. 3:19 left to go here in the period. Scoreless hockey game on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Played back behind the net. Now it's going to be Bauer Walter. Walter sending it up to neutralize. Sam Hard with it now, firing it right back into the Detroit Lakes end. And we will get a stoppage of play here with 3:05 left to go here in the opening period. A face-off coming up in the Warroad end off to the left of Finn Hansen on his glove side. A face-off being brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company in Warroad, bringing you this face-off here in the Section 8A Hockey Championship game. Face-off won by Warroad. Sent over here along the near side, tipped up ahead. Now it's going to be sent into the zone here. And that's going to bring up another face-off back down in the other end. Back in the Warroad end. Now less than 3 minutes left to go. Less than 3 minutes left to go here in the opening period. Shots now 10 for Warroad, 5 for the Lakers. It was 5-1 in favor of Warroad. Lakers came back, made it like a 6-5 margin. Now Warroad has put a couple of shots on. Out shooting Detroit Lakes 5-4 here in this last stretch. Set back into the Warroad end. Now it's Avon Hunfent fanned on the pass once again. Now it's going to be taken up here by the Lakers. Collision over into the corner. Taken up here by Hunfent. Hunfent back the other way here for Warroad. Crossing the blue line. Avon Hunfent. That gets broken up. It's going to be kept in here now. Gavin Anderson. Anderson over into the corner, trying to get it over to Q Jackson. Jackson gets tied up. Actually lost his stick. Now it gets kicked away. Now he finally gets it back. Back out, and it's going to be sent out to neutralizes Broden Hunfent with it here. We've got just over 2 minutes left to go here in the opening period here in a scoreless game on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Mooney Shagaby, Broden Hunfent with it now. Up ahead further now, it's going to be Avon Hunfent. Drop past Gavin Anderson, shot in, save made Lindbergh. Another save brought to you by the Security State Insurance Agency. Face-off coming up here. Momentarily coming up in the far face-off circle. Your face-off brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. Off to the right of Griffin Lindbergh on his stick side. Face-off won here by the Lakers as they push it up into the Warroad end here. Cymbaluk outside the circle now, tied up over there. About a minute and a half left to go here in the opening period, or coming up on a minute and a half left to go here in the opening period. Scoreless hockey game here from Ingolstadt Arena. Here's Connor Lund. Lund from the blue line, a shot in, blocker save made, and that goes up into the netting above the plexiglass off to the right of Lindbergh now. 1:28 left to go here in the period. Scoreless hockey game here from Ingolstadt Arena. Face-off coming up here in the near face-off circle. Banked off the near glass. Now it's going to go all the way down into the Warroad end. Gathered up here, Thomas Grappentine flips it over here into the near corner. Pushed ahead here, Sam Hard. Now it's going to be skated up and out here, Connor Lund. Lund with it now. He got turned around. Samuelson with the shot. Snapped out of the air by Lindbergh. 69 seconds left to go. here in the opening period. Again, we're still scoreless. And I tell you what, if you are a Detroit Lakes fan, this is kind of like where you're at. You're still hanging with the top seed in the tournament. And again, Detroit Lakes, they reached by knocking off the number 2 seed. Off the draw, going to be played down the length of the ice, back all the way back down to the Warroad end. That's going to bring up another face-off back in the Detroit Lakes end. So the Lakers trying to be another low seed that advances. And that's happened in the section playoffs in boys high school hockey already. As a matter of fact, the Section 4 AA championship game in Class AA, there are 2 sections that have a 5 seed going up against a 3 seed in the championship game. 1 and 2 seeds get knocked out. Crappentine with it now. Final minute of play here in the opening period. Now it's going to be sent in here by Warroad. Lindbergh back behind his own net. Now it's going to be played over here along the far side. Taken up here by Detroit Lakes. Up ahead to the neutral ice area now. Sent back into the Lakers zone. Pushed up ahead here by Hudson Pettit. Now Crappentine with it. Now it's deflected toward the net. Now it's Q Jackson. Jackson up ahead. It's Gavin Anderson. Anderson with it now. Has it stripped away. Pushed up ahead here now by Pettit. Final seconds of play here in the opening period. Scoreless hockey game on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Now here comes Gavin Anderson back the other way for Warroad. Anderson fires a shot. That one deflects wide, and it goes up into the netting. We're going to get another face-off here. We have 4.2 seconds left to go here in the opening period. Again, no score between Warroad and Detroit Lakes on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Face-off coming up in the near face-off circle. Q Jackson to take the draw. Easton Kennedy for Detroit Lakes. Jackson for the Warriors. And it is the face-off brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. And that's going to do it. 17 minutes in the books. We are scoreless. No score between the Warroad Warriors and the Detroit Lakes Lakers on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. We will take this time out, come back and recap the first period and see if we can't check in with scores in and around the area. Again, you're listening and watching high school hockey on KQ92, KQ92.com, and yourliveevent.com.
Looking for a career where every day brings something new? The Marvin Home Center in Warroad is hiring.
Warroad Public Schools are eager to have students and a staff back in the classroom and all school activities. If you have questions for the school year's schedule, visit Warroad School website, warroadschools.org. The Warroad Public School website is a valuable resource for the community. Visit the site for updated information, daily announcements, contact information, schedules, and more. warroadschools.org. Whether you're grabbing fuel, a hot cup of coffee, or your favorite snack, Lakes Community Cooperative's C-stores have you covered. With friendly faces, convenient locations, and the service you trust, we're your quick stop that feels like home. Lakes Community Cooperative, your co-op, our community.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Kyle Larson here for Franson Bank and Trust. We are a Farmer Mac approved lender that can offer operating lines of credit, land, equipment, and facility financing. Our lending experts understand the farm economy and climate in and around the Ada area. With a fast underwriting process and local decision making, you can save time on all farming and ag-related inquiries. Contact our Ada office today to learn more. Franson Bank and Trust, real people, real results. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena here in Thief River Falls, where we have played one period here in the Section 8A championship game, and we are scoreless on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Scoreless hockey game here in this matchup between the number 3 seed Detroit Lakers and the number 1 seed the Warroad Warriors. Shots in that first period, 11 for Warroad, 5 for Detroit Lakes. It was 5-1 to start out the game. And then the Lakers had a little bit of a surge toward the middle of the period and brought the shots to within 6-5. And Warroad has outshot Detroit Lakes since then, 5-0. And they lead on the shots on goal department, 11-5 here through 17 minutes of play. Just one penalty in that opening period. That was on Evan Hunfent. He went out for hooking early on in the period. Warriors were able to kill that penalty off. And we sit at 0-0 after the opening period here at Ingolstadt Arena. Again, the site of the semifinals. They had that was the site of the semifinals back on Saturday, the site of the championship this year. If memory serves, I believe the 2027 section tournament to be held in Warroad. I believe it's their turn next year. But Thief River Falls getting the distinction of hosting the section boys hockey tournament here for 2026. Again, 3 teams in Class A have punched their ticket into the state boys hockey tournament that's going to be next week, coming up at Grand Casino Arena in St. Paul. We'll take a look. We'll get another bracket breakdown here during the first period intermission. Again, your score on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard, 0-0 between Warroad and Detroit Lakes. We're going to take a 60-second timeout. Coming back with a bracket breakdown right after this on KQ92, KQ92.com, and YourLiveEvent.com.
At Warroad Threads, they focus on Warroad Public Schools are eager to have students and a staff back in the classroom and all school activities. If you have questions for the school year's schedule, visit Warroad School website, warroadschools.org. The Warroad Public School website is a valuable resource for the community. Visit the site for updated information, daily announcements, contact information, schedules, and more. warroadschools.org. Whether you're grabbing fuel, a hot cup of coffee, or your favorite snack, Lakes Community Cooperative's C-stores have you covered. With friendly faces, convenient locations, and the service you trust, we're your quick stop that feels like home. Lakes Community Cooperative, your co-op, our community.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Kyle Larson here for Franson Bank and Trust. We are a Farmer Mac approved lender that can offer operating lines of credit, land, equipment, and facility financing. Our lending experts understand the farm economy and climate in and around the Ada area. With a fast underwriting process and local decision making, you can save time on all farming and ag-related inquiries. Contact our Ada office today to learn.
All right, welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena as we are in our first period intermission here of the Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game here between the top seed Warroad Warriors and the number 3 Detroit Lakers. Scoreless after 17 minutes of play. Again, these teams competing for the right to advance to the State Boys Hockey Tournament next week at Grand Casino Arena in St. Paul. 3 teams have already done that. In Section 1A, 3rd seed Dodge County defeated the top seed Northfield Raiders by a score of 4-2. So Dodge County is headed off to the Class A boys hockey tournament next week, as is the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders. They won the Section 5A championship a little bit earlier on this week, as they scored late, as they got a bit of a test from Monticello, but St. Cloud Cathedral able to come away with the win. They advance to the state tournament next week as well, as does the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets out of Section 7A. They had to go overtime against Cloquet Esco Carleton, but it was about 8 minutes in, and Hibbing Chisholm put away the game winner to advance. The number one ranked team in Minnesota has advanced to the state boys hockey tournament, so you would think that they would probably have the number one seed, but it depends on who else makes it in, because there's been some upsets, especially in Class AA, but Hibbing looking like they could get that number one seed in the state boys hockey tournament on the Class A side of things. Now, on the AA side of things getting very interesting, as there are several top seeds, several 1 and 2 seeds that got knocked out. 3 teams have already advanced. Rosemount defeated St. Thomas Academy 3-2 in the 3AA championship game. The Irish advanced to the state tournament for the first time in 45 years. See, advance to the AA boys hockey tournament next week, as does the Edina Hornets. Edina defeated Wayzata, who was the number 4 seed. They upset the top seed Rogers Royals in the semifinal round. So Edina is off to the AA boys hockey tournament, as is defending state AA champion Moorhead, as they skated past Elk River by a score of 5-1. That game played at Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. So right now, Moorhead, Edina, and Rosemount in the Class AA boys hockey tournament. Games being decided tonight. Top seed Farmington goes up against second seed Lakeville in the 1AA championship game. Top seed Minnetonka goes up against number 3 Chanhassen in the 2AA championship game. In the 5AA championship game, 5th seed Andover will take on 3rd seed Centennial. Andover upset number 1 Maple Grove, and Centennial upset number 2 Blaine. That in the 5AA championship game. And in the 7AA championship game, top seed Grand Rapids goes up against 2nd seed Rockridge Wolverines. And tomorrow, the final section championship game will be played, and it will complete all of the entrants into this year's tournament. It'll be 5th seed Gentry Academy going up against 3rd seed White Bear Lake. Gentry Academy knocked off top seed Hill Murray, and White Bear Lake upset number 2 Stillwater. So a number 5 going up against the number 3 in Section 4 and in Section 5 AA on the AA side of things. And again, that Gentry Academy White Bear Lake game scheduled to go coming up tomorrow. Again, that game being played at Aldrich Arena. And tonight at Aldrich, it's Matabidi going up against Chisago Lakes. So a couple of games back-to-back at Aldrich Arena, historic Aldrich Arena. And again, the 4A championship tonight, 4AA championship coming up tomorrow. On the way, got the second period here of tonight's Section 8A championship game. Again, Warroad looking for their 5th section championship in the past 7 years. Warroad won in 2020, 22, 23, and 24. East Grand Forks in 21 and 25. And Warroad trying to make the trip in 2026, as the Warriors and the Lakers will will be out here momentarily. Again, other games going on at RJ Broadcasting here. On the Northern Star KRWB, the Rosa Rams are taking on Hawley in the 8AA play-in round. And on your live event, first game is probably, more than likely, let's see if there's a score here. More than likely that the first game in the books, and That game was a Warren Alvarado Oslo going up against the Goodrich Griglet Chargers in Section 8A West subsection. And the second game is going to be Red Lake County Central going up against the third seed Kitson County Central Bearcats. And Graham Shear and Brandon Barger kind of tag teaming on that event at yourliveevent.com. Again, so that's happening at Your Live Event. We have the second period coming up here in just a matter of moments. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with period number 2 here in a scoreless hockey game between Detroit Lakes and Warroad on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard.
Real people, real results. Member FDIC.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible.
All right, welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena. We are counting down the final few seconds here of the first period intermission. We will get into the second period. Again, a scoreless hockey game here at Ingolstadt Arena. Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game. Warroad leading in the shots on goal department, 11-5. Detroit Lakes defending the goal off to our left. Griffin Lindberg minding the nets there. Finn Hansen minding the nets over off to our right, and we are about ready to get underway here. Second period underway here at Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls. Warroad with it back inside of their own end. As they send it up, now they bring it in. They bring it in. Now the centering feed to Gavin Anderson. Now here come the Lakers back the other way. Brought up there by Justison. Now it's going to be taken up here. Centering feed in front. That one goes behind the intended target that time. Pass intended there for Carter Whitworth. Brought back here now by Warroad. It's shot, save made. Big time save by Lindberg on the one-timer by Q Jackson. So opportunities on both ends. And there's Shoggaby. Ryan Shoggaby now trying to get it over to Gavin Anderson. Has it swatted away there by Carter Whitworth. Play up at center now. Now it's Easton Kennedy back into the Warroad end here. Kennedy tied up there by Grappentine. Played up here along the near side now is going to be Gavin Anderson with it now. Anderson sending it back behind his own net. Now Grappentine with it now far side here now for Q Jackson. Knocked down there by the Lakers. And it's going to be sent back the other way now. Taken up by Grappentine. D-to-D pass here, Sam Hard. 1 minute into the second period rather here. Scoreless game, Warroad and Detroit Lakes. It's Bauer Walter sending it over here far side. Pushed up ahead by the Lakers now. Swatted away there by Sam Hard now. It's going to be Hendrickson with it now. Taken up by Detroit Lakes momentarily. Knocked away here. Both teams trying to gain control of the puck there. Play along the near side. Flipped up high in the air into the Warroad end. We played a minute and a half here. The second period scoreless game here at Ingolstadt Arena. Sent in now by the Lakers. Center on the board there, Connor Lund now. Ryan Lee with it now. Waits for everyone to touch back up on side. Dumps it in. Stop that back behind the net there by Griffin Lindberg. Junior netminder for the Lakers. Now Lee sending it back in here for Warroad. Now it's going to be brought up and out here. Hudson Pettit. Pettit back the other way here for Detroit Lakes. Crossing the blue line. Waiting for everyone to get back on side. Petted over there. Now it's going to be tipped up here along the far wall, pushed ahead now by Brody Bender for Detroit Lakes, sent down all the way into the Detroit Lakes and by Warroad. And that is going to bring up a face-off back down in the Warroad end. Over in the far face-off circle, your face-off being brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company in Warroad, bringing you this face-off here in the Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game. Off to the right of Finn Hansen. Still tied up, face-off one now by Warroad. Well, it's Humanick, Taylor Humanick. Sending it in now for Warroad as they gain the Detroit Lakes end. Humanick pushing it back behind the net. Now it's going to be Brody Bender here for Detroit Lakes. Shot in. Puck toward the middle now. Puck loose. Still loose. Shot. Goal! The Warriors break through first. Ryan Chamernick at 2:39. And someone has finally broken through and put a puck in. And the Warriors have done just that with Ryan Chamernick. So Chamernick with the goal. World with the 1-0 lead, play in the Detroit Lakes end. Ryan Chamernick finally gets somebody on the board. And a penalty coming up on Detroit Lakes. It's going to go on Bauer Walter. Time of the penalty is going to be at 2:58 of the period. So Warroad will get a power play out of the deal. Warriors with a 1-0 lead. Goal by Ryan Chamernick. Warriors on the power play now. Warriors power play right around 30% this year. Gavin Anderson up top, Broden Hunfent. Even Hunfent shot that one deflected just wide. Anderson with it now here on the near side. Hunfent with the blast and a glove save made by Lindbergh. Your saves brought to you by the Security State Insurance Agency. Face-off coming back in the Detroit Lakes end. 13:42 again, just underway here. Second period, Warroad down with a 1-0 lead. Minute 40 left to go in the minor penalty to Detroit Lakes Bauer Walter. Face-off here, far face-off circle. Face-off brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company. And it's won and sent up and out of the zone here by Detroit Lakes. Hansen leaving it here now for Broden Hunfent. Big guy skates it up forward, up ahead further now to Mooney Shagaby. Shagaby back now to Q Jackson. Now it's even Hunfent. Puck deflected away there. Sent down the length of the ice here by the Lakers. Finn Hansen with it. 13:09 left to go here in period number 2. Warroad with a 1-0 lead. The pass up ahead now. It's Shagaby. Mooney sending it toward the net. And knocked down there by Lindbergh. A save brought to you by Security State Insurance. A 1-0 Warroad lead. Ryan Chamernick with a goal at 2:39 of the second period. Has put the Warriors on the board. Warriors on the power play here for the next 59 seconds as Bauer Walter will sit out the rest of the 2-minute minor that he took moments ago. Back up top, Broden Hunfent. Hunfent over here to Shagaby. Shot that goes, deflects wide all the way around. Now it's going to be Gavin Anderson back up top to Hunfent. Hunfent with the shot deflected away. Nice job by the Detroit Lakes defense out in front of Lindbergh. Taken up by Warroad now. Even Hunfent. Shagaby with it now. Back up top to Hunfent. Even Hunfent makes it 2-0. Time of the goal, 4:28. Power play goal. And it's a 2-0 Warroad lead here in this Section 8A championship game. Power play goal by Evan Huntfan, and it's 2-0 Warroad now. So Evan Huntfent and Ryan Chamernick with the markers here in the second period for the Warriors. 2-0. Warriors with the lead here over the Detroit Lakes Lakers. Fired into the zone now. Karam's off. Taken up here now by Casey Hendrickson. Hendrickson trying to get it back over in the far side now. It's going to Mason Reed with it now. Reed back behind the net. Reed over into the corner. A couple of Detroit Lakes defenders on a Reed coming out of there with it. Almost had a opportunity there. It's Grampentine sending it in. Now Lindbergh stopping it back behind his own net here for the Lakers. 2-0 Warroad with the lead here over Detroit Lakes on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Warriors scoring twice here in the second period. Once even strength, once on the power play. Skated up and out now. It's Lawson Justison. Justison sending it over here into the near far corner now. Wrapped around the board. Kept in here by the Lakers. Pass went a little bit too far. Grappentine over there now. Grappentine sending it out, up and out now. It's going to be taken up here by Pettit here for Detroit Lakes as he sends it into the Warroad end. 2-0 Warriors here in the second period. Connor Lund with it now. Lund sends it in. Now banks off here into the near corner. Got it up here by the Lakers now. Lakers trying to come back, make a comeback. Cymbaluk who sends it in. Kennedy giving chase, getting there first. It's Warroad now. Samuelson with it here far side. Samuelson trying to fight his way through a check. Chamernick now in the Detroit Lakes end. Chamernick, he got the first goal of the hockey game here in the second period. That was at the 2:39 mark. Lakers coming back the other way. It's Easton Kennedy. Kennedy gets tied up there with Wesley Schreiner that time. Gathered up here now by Warroad. Tipped up ahead. Here's Taylor Humanick. Humanick with it now. Gathered up here by the Lakers, Carter Whitworth. Now it's Kennedy with it now. Kennedy trying to stick handle around, trying to get a shot away. Can't do so. Detroit Lakes fans want a penalty. Played up here along the far corner now. The Warriors try to clear, and they do. It's going to go down the length of the ice here. 10:09 left to go here in period two. Now the Warriors are going to get whistled for a penalty. Shoggaby bumped the player into the boards, and he's going to go for two. So the Lakers are going to get a power play out of the deal. Shoggaby with words for I think it was Hudson Pettit he was jawing with. At any rate, Lakers are going to get a power play opportunity. Their second of the hockey game. They're 0 for 1 so far this evening. Face-off coming up here, brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company in Warroad. Off to the right of Finn Hansen. Check that. Patrick Kennedy is in net. Number 1. So Kennedy in there. Back up top here now. Shot in, knocked down by the Warrior defense. Side of the net now, centering feed. Knocked away. Nice job by the Warrior defense out in front of Kennedy. It's going to be sent down into the Detroit Lakes end. 9:29 left to go here. Period number 2. It's 2-0 Warroad with the lead here over the Detroit Lakes Lakers. And Patrick Kennedy in the net here for a Warroad. Gathered up here now. It's going to be sent in here by the Lakers' Bauer Walter. Sent around the board now by Warroad. Back out to neutralize Walter with it now. Trying to get it up ahead. Gets it up ahead here now for Rhett Walter. Now on this side here, it's Easton Kennedy. Kennedy has it knocked away. Now it's going to be pushed up ahead here. Hudson Pettit shot in. Save made. Puck comes free. Now it's going to be played up here along the near side. The Warriors sending it over here in the far wall. It's going to go all the way back into the Detroit Lakes end. Kennedy back after it here now. Coming up at a halfway point here. Period number 2, a 2-0 Warroad lead here on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard here over the Detroit Lakes Lakers. 1 goal on the power play, 1 even strength for the black and gold here in the second period. It's going to be pushed up ahead here now by Lawson Justison for the Lakers. Here's Broden Huntfent now. Played up shot. That one deflected away, and a whistle stop and play. Face-off is going to come off to the left of Patrick Kennedy, who's in the nets now here for Warroad. Carter Whitworth up on the draw, and Casey Hendrickson here for Warroad. Face-off brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. It's going to be sent all the way down into the Detroit Lakes end here. Final seconds ticking down on the penalty to Mooney Shoggaby. Lakers fan, I think they're going to get, they are going to get another penalty. Warrior player dumped Detroit Lakes player into the boards here on the far side. And the arm, no, check that. They're going to send both. They're going to take both Schreiner and Carter Whitworth. So the Laker fans wanted the penalty. They got the penalty, but they also got coincidental minor penalties. So we're going to be, will remain skating 5-on-4 here for the next, or is it going to be 4-on-3? It'll be 4-on-3 here for the next 3 seconds. Or it should be 5-on-4. The officials going over to Ben Noah and getting an explanation down there. Getting a 2-0 score, a 2-0 Warroad lead on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Goals scored by Ryan Chamernick at 2:39 and Eben Huntvent at 4:28. Huntvent with the power play goal, Chamernick with the even strength goal. As the Warriors get on the board here. Shots are now 18-5. Warroad out shooting Detroit. 18-7 make that. Warroad out shooting the Lakers 7-2 here in the second period. 18-5 overall. And again, they lead on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard by a count of 2-0. Face-off coming up here in the near face-off circle. Still talking with, I think they got everything straight out. It should be 5-on-4. And the Warriors are going to get Mooney Shoggaby back here in the next 3 seconds. So we'll be back to 5-on-5 hockey here from Ingolstadt Arena. Face-off here, near face-off circle, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. Broden Huntvent with it. Here we are back at full strength. As it's going to be sent in, brought in here, Q Jackson. Jackson with the shot that goes just wide. Shoggaby with it now. Shoggaby, now it's going to be centered out in front, taken up here now by the Lakers. The Lakers carrying it up and out here. Pushed across here by Schlauderlauf. Shot here side of the net. Kennedy with it now. Here come the Warriors back the other way. Now it's Q Jackson. Jackson drop past Gavin Anderson. Anderson shot. That one's partially deflected. Karem's back behind the net. Taken up here by the Lakers. It's Easton Kennedy with it now. Kennedy here along the near side to Cymbaluk. Cymbaluk tried to get it over for Kennedy. Pass went a little bit too far. We're going to get an icing and a faceoff back down in the Detroit Lakes end. 7:19. We'll have to go here in period number 2. It's 2-0. Warroad with the lead here over Detroit Lakes. Faceoff coming off to the right of junior netminder Griffin Lindbergh. So he should be back in the fold next year. Junior netminder. Off the draw, it's going to be taken up here now. It's even Huntvent. Huntvent, shot, that goes wide of the net. Now it's going to be deflected over here in the near corner. It's Ryan Chamernick over there. Chamernick and Hendrickson. Now it's going to be Ryan Lee. Lee is sending it all the way around. Now it's going to be Taylor Humanick. Humanick here on the far side. Now it's going to be dumped back behind the net. Taken up here by Samuelson. Samuelson with it now. Up top here, Lee. D-to-D pass over here now. That one goes toward the middle, deflected away. Samuelson going after it. Chamernick trying to get a shot away. Here's Huntvent with it now. Side of the net. Now it's going to be deflected wide. Back out to the point. Lee with the shot. Puck loose in front. Still loose. A scramble for it. Now Lindbergh finally covers up on it. Anxious moments there in front of the DL net. Shots now 20-7. So Warroad with 9 here in the period there. Now it's shooting Detroit Lakes 9-2 here in the second period. 20-7 for the hockey game. They lead on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard 2-0. Here's Thomas Grappentine with it now toward the middle. Connor Lund with it now. Lund is going to go off for tripping. And it's going to be another Detroit Lakes power play as Lund will go off for tripping. So Detroit Lakes will come out of this with another power play here in the faceoff back down in the Warroad end here. Face off to the right of Patrick Kennedy, who's in the nets here for Warroad. Kennedy to draw. Easton Kennedy for Detroit Lakes. You got Easton Kennedy for Detroit Lakes, Patrick Kennedy for Warroad. Lakers carrying it inside of the net. Puck loose. Kennedy comes up with a save. Patrick Kennedy. Coming up with a save brought to you by Security State Insurance. 2-0 Warroad with the lead here over Detroit Lakes, Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game. Gathered in now. Played up ahead, and it's going to be kept in here by Easton Kennedy, now poked away as the Warriors chase after it here in the Detroit Lakes end. Get there first, though, is going to be Bauer Walter, the sophomore for the Lakers. It's Easton Kennedy with it now. Minute and a half left to go in the Laker power play. 5:50 left to go here, second period, 2-0 Warroad. It's Easton Kennedy with it now. Kennedy trying to get it back, sent down the length of the ice here by Warroad. And a face-off coming up here. 5:44 left to go in the period. Minute 17 left to go in the minor penalty to Warroad's Connor Lund. Face-off here in the near face-off circle, brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company. Up to the Kennedy's glove side. Face-off 1. And the Warriors able to chop it out of the zone. Now it's going to be sent up ahead here by Casey Hendrickson. Lakers with it back in their own end here. Minute left to go in their 5-on-4 skater advantage. It's Easton Kennedy with it now, dropping it back. Bauer Walter, now Pettit with it. Pettit in the Warroad end here. Back up top, here's Walter. Walter, it's Easton Kennedy, shot in. That one deflects away. It goes all the way back into the DL zone. 5:05 left to go here in the period. 33 seconds left to go in the minor penalty to Warroad's Connor Lund. Brought back the other way here by the Lakers. Drop pass, knocked away, sent back down the other end of the ice here now by Warroad. Warriors strong in the power play and on the penalty kill. Power play around 30%, penalty kill around 94% coming into the hockey game. Play over here off to the left of Patrick Kennedy, Warrior netminder. Final seconds ticking down now, and the Warriors are back at full strength here. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as Lund is back out on the ice. Still tied up here along over into the near corner. And it's going to be played up, and Connor Lund brings it across. Lund sending it in now for Warroad. Lund tips it over here now to Sam Hard. Shot in, save made, loose puck in front. Save brought to you by Security State Insurance. 4:06 left to go here, period number 2. 2-0 Warroad with the lead. Both goals coming within a span of about 2 minutes. A little less than 2 minutes. One at 2:39, one at 4:28, but Warroad scoring twice. Once on the power play, once even strength. They lead 2-0 on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Face off to the right of Griffin Lindbergh. Quick whistle right off the face-off here. Face-off to the right of Lindbergh. It'll be Taylor Humanick. Humanick out there with Chamernick and Samuelson. Taken up here by Chamernick. He got the first goal of the game early on here in the second period. Puck knocked down. Now it's going to be sent into the Warroad end here by the Lakers. 3:50 left to go here in the period. Sent over here now to Samuelson. Samuelson flipping it up into the air into the neutral ice area now. And dumped back in here now by the Lakers. It's Henry Olsen. Sent over here on the near side now. Set up to neutral ice. Hudson Pettit now. Long cross ice pass over for Easton Kennedy. Stolen away now by Samuelson here for Warroad. Shot in. That one deflected away by Lindbergh. Save brought to you by Security State Insurance of Warroad. 3:15 left to go here in the period here in a 2-0 game. Taken up here now by Max Ducharme. Sent back in now by Warroad. They'll chase after it here now. It's taken up here by Hudson Pettit for Detroit Lakes. Long pass up ahead here for Sullivan Broughton. Now the Warriors with it back in their own end here. 2:55 left to go here in the period. Brought across here by the Warriors. Shot in. The stick save made that time by Lindbergh. And brought to you by Security State Insurance. Sent right back in here now by Warroad. Lindbergh leaving it for a teammate now. Pass up ahead here for Carter Whitworth, who sends it in here now to the Warroad end. 2.5 left to go here in the period. 2-0 Warroad lead over Detroit Lakes on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Back behind the net, Ryan Lee. Lee over here near corner. Now pass up ahead. It's going to be played up by Mason Reed. Back behind the net now, it's going to be Rhett Walter with it here, the 9th grader. You got Rhett Walter, the 9th grader, and Bauer Walter, the sophomore for the Lakers on the Laker roster. Bauer Walter now setting it up here for William Cymbaluk. Sending it in now, it's Patrick Kennedy, leaving it off here now for Ryan Lee. Lee up ahead to the center ice area here for Q Jackson. Dumped back in here now by Detroit Lakes. Minute 50 left to go here in period number 2 here in a 2-0 hockey game. Warroad with the lead over DL on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Set back into the Detroit Lakes end. Far corner now. Taken up by the Lakers. Lakers push it up to neutral ice now, sending it into the Warroad end, giving chase here, but it's going to be an icing call. Henry Olsen sending it in here for Detroit Lakes. Faceoff's going to come back into the Detroit Lakes end. Faceoff being brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company. Your sportsman stop. Check them out for baits, pops, snacks, munchies, whatever the case may be. If you're going to be heading out on Lake of the Woods with that fishing trips, to make your stop at the Farmers Union Oil Company in Warroad, bringing you that face-off won by Warroad. Back to the action now. Minute 20 left to go here in period number 2 in a 2-0 hockey game. Play right in front of the Detroit Lakes bench. D-to-D pass here, Sam Hard now. Hard up ahead to Mason Reed, who tips it into the zone now. It's Bauer Walter. Pass up ahead. Now it's going to be Carter Whitworth with it here. Whitworth toward the middle now. Kennedy. That's going to be offside, and we'll get a face-off here with 1 minute remaining here in period number 2. It's Warroad 2 and Detroit Lakes nothing on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Face-off just outside of the Warroad blue line, far face-off dot. That top unit for the Warriors of Jackson, Shogabee, and Anderson out there. Taken up here now by Hudson Pettit, sending it in now. It's Patrick Kennedy with a save. That save brought to you by Security State Insurance. That save made there by Patrick Kennedy. Should be shot number 10 for the Lakers. Shots now, well, check that 9, so it's 22-9, so Warroad out shooting 11-4 here in second period. Taken up here by Sam Hard. Hard with it now, banking it off the far wall. Q Jackson with it now. Jackson gets it over here. Gavin Anderson now. Anderson dumping it back behind the net. Shogabee over there. Shogabee into the corner. Shogabee toward the middle. Shogabee fires a shot wide. Kept in there by Sam Hard. Now Jackson with it now. Anderson rips a shot. The save made by Lindbergh. 27.8 seconds left to go here in the second period. It's Warroad 2 and Detroit Lakes nothing. 2-0 your score. Face-off coming up in the Detroit Lake zone, being brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company. Glove side for Lindbergh on the face-off. And the face-off won now by Warroad. Shot in, that goes wide of the net. Jackson with it now over here near corner. Shot in, Broden Huntfent. That one deflected away. Now it's Wesley Schreiner. Hudson Pettit with it now here for the Lakers. Final seconds ticking down here in period number 2. Sent here along the near side, near wall. Taken up here now by the Warriors. It's Q Jackson. Now it's going to be sent out to center ice. That is going to do it. 2 periods of hockey in the books with your score. The Warroad Warriors 2 and the Detroit Lakes Lakers nothing on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. We're going to be back right after this timeout.
When it comes to your health, you deserve the very best.
Warroad Public Schools are eager to have students and a staff back in the classroom and all school activities. If you have questions for the school year's schedule, visit Warroad School website, warroadschools.org. The Warroad Public School website is a valuable resource for the community. Visit the site for updated information, daily announcements, contact information, schedules, and more. warroadschools.org. Whether you're grabbing fuel, a hot cup of coffee, or your favorite snack, Lakes Community Cooperative's C-stores have you covered. With friendly faces, convenient locations, and the service you trust, we're your quick stop that feels like home. Lakes Community Cooperative, your co-op, our community.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Kyle Larson here for Franson Bank and Trust. We are a Farmer Mac approved lender that can offer operating lines of credit, land, equipment, and facility financing. Our lending experts understand the farm economy and climate in and around the Ada area. With a fast underwriting process and local decision making, you can ag-related inquiries. Contact
Warroad Public Schools are eager to have students and staff back in the classroom and all school activities. If you have questions for the school year's schedule, visit Warroad School website, warroadschools.org. The Warroad Public School website is a valuable resource for the community. Visit the site for updated information, daily announcements, contact information, schedules, and more. warroadschools.org. Whether you're grabbing fuel, a hot cup of coffee, or your favorite snack, Lakes Community Cooperative's C-stores have you covered. With friendly faces, convenient locations, and the service you trust, we're your quick stop that feels like home. Lakes Community Cooperative, your co-op, our community.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Kyle Larson here for Franson Bank and Trust. We are a Farmer Mac approved lender that can offer operating lines of credit, land, equipment, and facility financing. Our lending experts understand the farm economy and climate in and around the Ada area. With a fast underwriting process and local decision making, you can save time on all farming and ag-related inquiries. Contact our Ada office today to learn more. Franson Bank and Trust.
All right, welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls, where the Warroad Warriors lead Detroit Lakes after 2 periods of play in the Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game. Again, the winner advances to the State Boys Hockey Tournament next week at Grand Casino Arena. That'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, March 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And again, the winner of this game will advance to the tournament already in Class A. As mentioned on a couple of occasions already, the number 1 ranked team in the state going into section playoffs, the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets, won their section. They won the Section 7A championship 3-2 in overtime against the Cloquet Esco Carleton Lumberjacks. So you would think the Blue Jackets of Hibbing Chisholm would be in line for that number 1 seed. Sartell, I think they were right up near the top as well. Warroad also up near the top in the top, at least in the top 5, I think. But take a look at the. When you take a look at the rankings that were put out before the section tournaments got underway. Hibbing was number 1. I think Hermantown was up in the top 3, 4, 5, something like that. They actually got knocked out in the semifinals of the 7A tournament by Cloquet Esco Carleton. So Hermantown would be out. Cloquet Esco Carleton is up there. They're also out. So Warroad, if they could continue to, if they could skate to a victory here, could be in line for the number 2, depending upon results and other sections, could be in line for number 3 seed because they, again, depending upon because St. Cloud Cathedral has a win over Warroad. I believe Warroad played Delano earlier this year. They're still in line for a state tournament trip as they're taking on Blake tonight in the 2A championship game. And Matamidi is also in line to make a state tournament trip as they're taking on Chisago Lakes in the 4A championship game over at Aldridge, or down at Aldridge Arena in Maplewood. And again, all of those teams yeah, are in line for a state tournament trip. And again, we'll just have to see what who wins, who gets in, who doesn't. We know there's a couple of teams that did not get in that were expected to, one of them being Northfield. They were expected to get in. Again, it was going to be a tough road in Section 7 playoffs. Again, you had Hermantown, Cloquet, and Hibbing. There was only two that were going to be able to advance, and all three of them were up near the top as far as the Class A rankings. Officials coming back out on the ice. That means we are just this side of the third period here of tonight's game. 17 more minutes. Could it be 17 more minutes to decide a section champion? We'll see. We're going to take one final break. We'll be back right after this. The KQ92, KQ92.com, and yourliveevent.com.
The deals are hot and the prizes are even hot. Outdoors happening Friday, May 30th and Saturday, May 31st.
FDIC.
2 days of savings and giveaways.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassiz Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve, so we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Hi, I'm TJ Oshie.
Back at Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls. John Michael with you here on Lake Country, KQ92, KQ92.com, the KQ92 app, and also live online at yourliveevent.com. We do want to welcome those that are tuning in, viewing tonight's game here from Ingolstadt Arena. So we're about ready to line it up here for the third period. Warroad working from left to right. Detroit Lakes from right to left. Just about ready to get underway. Section 8A title game. Third period underway. Here we go. Sent down the ice here now by Warroad. Gathered up here by the Lakers. Sent over here far side. Now it's going to be sent all the way around the road. Patrick Kennedy, who's been in the nets here. Sending that one around. Now it's going to be played up ahead here now by Mooney Shagaby. Flipped over into the corner there by Lindbergh here for Detroit Lakes. Here come the Lakers back the other way. It's going to be brought across here by Cymbaluk. Cymbaluk now lost Carter Whitworth, rather, over there. Krappentine flips it up into the crowd. Souvenir. Lakers fans got it. Now I think he's deciding whether or not he wants to keep it or if he's going to send it back, and I think he's going to keep it. Yeah, Souvenir. There you go. Souvenir puck from the section boys hockey tournament. You betcha. Face off here. Far face-off circle brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. Bringing you this first face-off, second face-off actually of the period. Now I think, what do we have, a timeout here? Everyone's skating over to the bench. We'll keep it here. Oh, I think there's one of the officials got a squeegee out. Might be some water or some ice that didn't set all the way when the Zamboni resurfaced here for the third period. And we played 39 seconds here of the third. Again, if you're just joining us, it's a 2-0 Warroad lead on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. And The again, the referee, they're just out there with the squeegee trying to get some water moved around, trying to get the ice set here a little bit. And I think we're about ready to get back underway. Face off to the left of Patrick Kennedy. Face off brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. Now you could say that the face off brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. It's going to be the second one of the period. Make Farmers Union Oil your one stop. If you're going to be headed out on the lake or on a road trip, whatever the case may be, stop at Farmers Union, get all the gas, pops, snacks, munchies, and everything in between that you need. It's Farmers Union Oil Company, Highway 11 East in Warroad. Face off again, coming up to the left of Patrick Kennedy, who's taken over in net. Ryan Chagaby to draw with Carter Whitworth. Face off brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company, and we're back to the action here. Coming up on 1 minute into period number 3. Sent up to the center ice area now. Off the far side, now it's going to be played up and sent into the zone there. Drop pass here, Gavin Anderson. Now it's going to be sent back behind the net. Back up top here, Grappentine. Sending it all the way around now. Sam Hard has it here at the center ice area. Pushed back into the zone there by Anderson. Now it's going to be Easton Kennedy here for Detroit Lakes. We played a minute and a half here. Period number 3. It's Warroad 2 and Detroit Lakes nothing. Play back into the DL zone. Back behind the net, Lindbergh. Now it's Kennedy with it. Easton Kennedy here along the near side. Now it's going to be sent all the way around. Over on the far side now, tipped back behind the net. Now Ryan Lee going after it. Lee over here in the near corner now. It's going to be kept in here by Detroit Lakes. Sent back behind the net. Lee going after it here for Warroad. Gets it up ahead a little bit too far that time for Mason Reed. Trading on a play, Connor Lund. Lund brings it in. Backhand shot. Save made by Lindbergh. So Lund with some heads-up play, trailing on the play, able to keep the puck in the zone, keep the puck moving forward. He actually got a shot away, a backhander. Lindbergh comes up with the save. We have played exactly 2 minutes. Farmers Union Oil face-off. Won by Warroad. Shot in, save made, big rebound, and it's going to be cleared over here near corner. Played up here along the near side. Ryan Lee with the shot. That one deflected in on net, and Lindbergh will cover up on that one. 2:21 left to go here in period 3. It's Warroad 2, Detroit Lakes nothing, and the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game here from Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls. Banked up off the wall. Now it's going to be sent all the way down the length of the ice. Ryan Lee. Lee over into the corner. Tied up now, Chamernick with it now. Sending it into the Detroit Lakes end now. Back after it here for the Lakers. Hudson Pettit sending it here along the near side. Knocked down there by Taylor Humanick. Played up now. It's Ryan Chamernick sending it in on net. Glove save made there by Lindbergh. Save brought to you by Security State Insurance. Played up to center. Now it's going to be sent back the other way here by Humanick. Samuelson overskates it. Taken up here by Sullivan Broughton. Sent in now by Warroad. It's Broden Huntvent, and the save there by Lindbergh, brought to you by Security State Insurance. It's going to stop the clock with 14:04 left to go here in period number 3. Again, 2-0 Warroad with the lead over Detroit Lakes on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Chagaby taking the draw. Shot for the point. Save made loose in front. Covered up by Lindbergh. Get another face-off. Face-off brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company. Face-off to the right of Griffin Lindbergh on his stick side. Face-off won by Warroad. Back out of the point. Huntvent, D-to-D pass here. Wesley Schreiner with the shot. Another save by Lindbergh. Save brought to you by Security State Insurance Agency. We have played 3 minutes and 9 seconds of the third period here, and it is a 2-0 Warroad lead here over the Detroit Lakes Lakers. Back out of the point, Schreiner. Schreiner, pass knocked down. Schreiner with it now. He'll just dump it into the zone now as everyone touches back up on side and chases back after it now. Played up by Detroit Lakes. Here's Easton Kennedy with it now, back inside of his own zone now. Long D-to-D pass here in the near side. Now here comes Gavin Anderson. Anderson shoots, hits it just wide that time. Anderson with a opportunity there. Lakers coming back the other way. Golden opportunity there for Gavin Anderson. Just missed the net. 13:15 left to go here. Third period, 2-0 Warroad. Save side of the net there by Patrick Kennedy. 2-0 Warroad with the lead here over the Detroit Lakes Lakers Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game here from Ingolstadt Arena. Face-off coming up here, again, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. Make it your one stop for any type of road trip you got going on. They've got all the stuff you need here at the Farmers Union Oil Company of Warroad Highway 11 East. Set into the Detroit Lakes end now, goes all the way around the board. Play here along the near wall. Now going back into the Warroad end. Lakers tried to center at that time. It goes back out to neutral ice. Lakers sending it back in. Kennedy slows it down. Patrick Kennedy for Warroad. You got Patrick Kennedy on the Warroad side and Easton Kennedy on the Detroit Lakes side. He played about 4.5 minutes of the period. A 2-0 Warroad lead still here in the Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game. 2-0 on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Face-off again brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. It's going to come just outside of the Warroad blue line. Ryan Chamernick winning it around now. It's Sam Hard. D-to-D pass over here on the opposite side here. Thomas Grappentine kind of fanned on the dump in that time. Taken up here by the Lakers. Play here along the near side is going to be Bauer Walter. Walter, and that one knocked away. Played over here along the far side. It's Ryan Chamernick. He's got Samuelson on the other side. Samuelson chasing after it here in the near corner. Center on the board now. It's even Huntvent with it now. Huntvent back in neutral ice. Humanik with it now. Sending it into the Detroit Lakes end. 11:55 left to go here. Period number 3. 2-0 Warroad on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Sent over here near corner. Kept in here Ryan Lee. Far corner now Ryan Chamernick. Chamernick with it. Puck deflects up and over the net that time. Lee keeping it in here along the near side. Taken up here by Bauer Walter here for Detroit Lakes. That got broken up there by Gavin Anderson. Now it's even Huntvent with it. Huntvent to Anderson who brings it across. He's got Shoggaby with him. Drop pass, nobody there. But a player in a red jersey coming back the other way for the Lakers is Cymbaluk. Cymbaluk here along the near side. Cymbaluk over into the corner. Taken out the play. Anderson had it momentarily. Now played along the near side. Weak shot on net. Kennedy steers that one aside. Here's Easton Kennedy here for Detroit Lakes. Another shot on Patrick Kennedy. Save made, brought to you by Security State Insurance. Mooney Shoggaby. Shoggaby toward the middle, deflects toward the net. Deflected over here into the near corner. Still tied up over here now. The Lakers trying to get it up and out of the zone. Do so. And it's Easton Kennedy. Taken up and sent back the other way here by Warroad. Play right in front of the player bench area. 10:34 left to go here. Period 3. 2-0 Warroad with the lead here over the Detroit Lakes Lakers. Play here along the near side. Cross ice going to be banked off the far wall into the Detroit Lakes end. That's going to be an icing and a face-off back down in the other end, the Warroad end. The face-off coming up. Off to the, they're going to have it, they are going to have it in the near face-off circle. So it'll be off to the right of Kennedy this time on his stick side. Face-off brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company. Stepping in here for the Lakers, Lawson Justison. And in there for Warroad is Casey Hendrickson. Now it's going to be Mason Reed. Face-off won by Warroad. Sent around the board there, Broden Hunfen, sending it up to center. It's going to be gathered up here. Now taken up here by Connor Lund. Lund had it. Now it's going to be pushed back the other way here by the Lakers. Justison. Now Lund with it. Connor bringing it back the other way here for the Warriors. And it's going to deflect out of play. And a face-off coming in the Detroit Lakes end. We've played 7 minutes of the third period. 2-0. Warriors over the Lakers on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Face-off coming up here in the near face-off circle. Now it's going to be gathered up here by the Lakers, played up and out, down the length of the ice. That's going to be an icing and another face-off back down in the Detroit Lakes end. 9:53 left. So that took all of 7 seconds. We'll get another face-off back down in the other end, the Detroit Lakes end. Near face-off circle. Hendrickson on the draw. Lund trying to get a shot away. Goes all the way through. Kept in here by Warroad. Now it's Bauer Walter with it. Walter here on the near side. Now it's going to be played up. Played up and into the zone now by the Lakers. Henry Olsen sending it in now. Stop there. Patrick Kennedy. He'll hang on to it for a save. Being brought to you by Security State Insurance. 9:35 left to go here in period number 3. 2-0 Warroad with the lead here over the Detroit Lakes Lakers. Face-off in the far face-off circle. It'll be Carter Whitworth and Moody Shoggaby over there. Warriors able to get it outside of the zone and dumped right back in here by Detroit Lakes. That's going to be an offside, and the face-off's going to come out outside of the Warroad blue line on the far face-off dot. Face-off coming up here, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. Won by Warroad. D-to-D pass here down. Thomas Grappentine. Now it's going to be played up. And it's Q Jackson into the zone. Jackson back behind the nets of Lindgren. Now it's Sam Hard. Shot in. Glove saved by Lindgren. Save brought to you by Security State Insurance. 9:11 left to go here in period 3. Face off to the right of Lindgren. Face off brought to you by the Farmers Union Oil Company. Shot in, that one knocked down by traffic in front here. Lakers trying to clear, kept in nicely there by Grappentine momentarily. That one goes up and over. And another, oh, this time they throw it over the top. Last time, person that got a puck on the other side of the glass kept it. This time they threw it back. So there you go. So we're one keeper and one thrower away. Face-off coming off to the right of Lindgren, or Lindbergh, rather. Top of the circle here, even Huntvent. On this side here, Ryan Lee back up top to Huntvent. Shot in, save made, puck loose, cleared out of there by the Lakers. Sent up to center ice. Now it's going to be Henry Olsen now. Olsen sending it in. Warroad with it back in their own end. We're coming up on a halfway point here of the third period here in a 2-0 game. Tipped up ahead now. It's Chamernick. He's got one of the 2 goals. Hand pass. Can't remember who they called it against. I think they called it against Warroad because they're skating back down to the other end. Hand pass is going to bring the puck back in the Warriors zone here. We are about halfway through the third period of tonight's Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game. Casey Hendrickson with the draw, along with Carter Whitworth for the Lakers. Tied up over here in the far board is Easton Kennedy trying to break it free. Now it's the Lakers sending it over here in the near corner. We're over halfway through period number 3. 2-0 Warroad on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard here over Detroit Lakes. So over here on the far side now, Bauer Walters setting it in now, taken up here by Evan Huntvent. Long cross-ice pass here for Connor Lund, sending it into the Detroit Lakes end. Mason Reed over there. Reed battling. Now it's Lund over there. Reed battling over there once again. Lund coming out of there with it now. Sends it toward that one. Shot is going to be sent just wide. Sent toward the middle now. It's going to be taken up here by the Lakers. It's Easton Kennedy back the other way. Kennedy skating it in. Easton Kennedy. And Broden Huntvent over there. Whitworth sending it over here, far corner here for the Lakers. Now it's going to be sent up and out here. Mason Reed, Connor Lund with it now, trying to get it back toward the middle. Nice poke check there by Rhett Walter for Detroit Lakes. Sent on this side now, it's Gavin Anderson. Anderson, top of the circle, fires a shot in wide. Moody Shoggaby, wraparound attempt. That one knocked out of there by the Laker goaltender. Blocker save. The Warriors with Pepper in the Detroit Lakes net. Still 2-0 on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Grappentine with it now. Thomas Grappentine at center ice. Grappentine carries it across. Grappentine shot in, save made by Lindbergh. Stoppage of play here, 6:53 left to go here in the third period. It's Warroad 2 and Detroit Lakes nothing. 2-0 your score here on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game. Warroad trying to win their 5th section championship in the last 7 years. And penalty on Detroit Lakes. So Warroad is going to come out of here with a power play. They've scored once on the power play here this evening. Face off to the left of Lindbergh, Griffin Lindbergh, the junior netminder. And it's going to get past Evan Huntvent now. Broden Huntvent with it back in the neutral ice area. 6:45 left to go here in period 3 at 2-0. Detroit Lakes Lakers lead, Warroad lead over Detroit Lakes rather. Broden Huntvent sending it in now all the way around the board. It's going to be Mooney Shoggaby with it here. And a Laker penalty, too many players on the ice. Now it's Gavin Anderson. Anderson outside of the circle now. Back up top here, Broden Huntvent. Huntvent over to Evan Huntvent. Now it's Gavin Anderson here left side. Broden Huntvent with it now. Back to Gavin. Evan Huntvent one-timer. That goes wide. Gavin Anderson able to keep the puck. Keep control of it. Evan Huntvent. Broden Huntvent. Back to Evan. Gavin Anderson with it now. Anderson back up top here left side. Broden Huntvent. Evan Huntvent right side here. Now it's going to be taken and cleared up and out here now by Detroit Lakes. 5:50 left to go here in the third period. 55 seconds left to go in the minor penalty. The too many men on the ice penalty for Detroit Lakes. 2-0 Warroad with the lead on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. It's Ryan Shoggaby. Shoggaby up top here. Now it's Evan Huntvent with the shot that goes just wide. Gavin Anderson here far side. Anderson up top here. Ryan Lee. Lee over to Evan Huntvent. Trying to get it toward the middle now. Cleared up and out here by the Lakers. It's going to go all the way down the ice on net. 5:15 left to go here in the third. 2-0 Warroad on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Play back in the Detroit Lakes end. That one's going to go up and into the crowd. So you got one. Went into the crowd here. We'll see what happens here. We had two go into the crowd on the other side. One person kept it. One threw it back. So far, we haven't seen a puck being thrown back here. So we've got two keepers as far as that goes. Face-off brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. Sent in, hits the side of the net now. Here's Mason Reed with it here. Play over here now, back up top now. It's going to be Wesley Schreiner. Schreiner in the middle, shot in. That one hit a Laker player. That one goes off the post as it goes in toward the net. Chopped up high in the air. And that one went about 5-10 rows up. No, it stayed in. Check that. Looked like it went up there. Set into the Detroit Lakes end here. 4:35 left to go here, third period. 2-0 Warroad on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Hendrickson. Now it's going to be Grappentine with it now. Now it's taken up here, sent back the other way here. Henry Olsen. Lakers sending it into the Warroad end here. 4:19 left. Power play's over. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here. Play up here along the near side now. Warroad trying to get it up and out of the zone. They do so. They send it all the way back into the Detroit Lakes end. 4 minutes left to go here in the third. It's Warroad 2 and Detroit Lakes nothing. Power Walters skating it in here now for the Lakers. Steered aside here by Patrick Kennedy. Minding the net here for Warroad. Grappentine with it now. Sending it out to the center ice area. Sent back in here by the Lakers. Warriors with it now. D-to-D pass here. It's Sam Hart up ahead now. It's Samuelson with it. Samuelson here along the near side. Now back behind the net. Now has it far corner. Taken away here by DL. 3.5 left to go here in the third. Sam Hart banking it off the wall. Too far that time for Gavin Anderson. Getting there first for the Lakers is Max Ducharme. 3:15 left to go here in the third, here in a 2-0 game. Anderson keeping it in here now for Warroad. Sent around the board here by the Lakers. Knocked down momentarily there by Q Jackson. Played up here at center ice. Now gathered in by Shagaby. Now it's even Huntfent with it now. Huntfent cross ice over for Anderson. That got knocked down there by William Cymbaluk. Cymbaluk centering feed that time. That one deflected away by a Warrior defender. Nice job of the defense there by Warroad. That was Ryan Lee over there making that block. 2:45 left to go here in the period. Third period, 2-0 Warroad with the lead here over Detroit Lakes. Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game still tied up back behind the net. Now it comes free. Back out to the point here. Taken up here, sent in now. Shot saved there by Kennedy. Patrick Kennedy keeping the puck out of the net. Sent over into the Detroit Lakes end. Shagaby sending it back into the Detroit Lakes end here. 2:13 left to go here in the third. Power Walter. Walter flips it up high in the air. Sent toward the net now here in the near corner. Less than 2. Sent up and out here, Broden Huntfent. Warriors making a change here. Now it's going to be Henry Olsen sending it in. Minute 48 left to go here in the third. 2-0 Warroad over Detroit Lakes on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Broden Huntfent up ahead now. It's Mason Reed. Reed up ahead trying to get it there for Hendrickson. Knocked down partially. Lund with it now. Dumps Detroit Lakes skater down to the ice. Taken up here now by Justison here for the Lakers. 1:20 left. Detroit Lakes net is empty. Huntfent misses the net. Here comes Hendrickson in there. Detroit Lakes net is empty. Coming up on the final minute of play here, third period. 2-0 Warroad over Detroit Lakes on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. Played over here far side. Round the board it goes. Final minutes. Third period. Center around the board now. It's going to be taken up here down by Grappentine. Score. Empty net goal by Thomas Grappentine. Warroad is going to win this hockey game. Time of the goal is going to be at 16:13 of the third period. Grappentine with the empty net goal. It is 3-0. Warroad with the lead here over the Detroit Lakes Lakers on the Security State Bank of Warroad scoreboard. 47.5 seconds left. And I believe Detroit Lakes has called timeout. They have, and we will take one as well. 3-0 Warroad over Detroit Lakes. Back after this 30-second timeout.
Warroad Public Schools are eager to have students and a staff back in the classroom and all school activities. If you have questions for the school year's schedule, visit Warroad School website. warroadschools.org. The Warroad Public School website is a valuable resource for the community. Visit the site for updated information, daily announcements, contact information, schedules, and more. warroadschools.org.
What beautiful flowers.
Whether you're grabbing fuel, a hot cup of coffee, or your favorite snack, Lakes Community Cooperative's C-stores have you covered. With friendly faces, convenient locations, and the service you trust, we're your quick stop that feels like home. Lakes Community Cooperative, your co-op, our community.
Welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena. 44 seconds left. It's 3-0 Warroad. Section 8A Boys Hockey Championship game. Brought in here now by the Lakers. Thomas Grappentine with the empty net goal for Warroad. 25 seconds left now in the hockey game. Played here along the near side. Down to 15 seconds. Played over into the corner. The countdown's on 10 seconds. Back toward the middle. And the clock is going to stop with 4.7 seconds left. Warroad is going to win the hockey game. They'll improve to 22-5-1. They are going to advance to the Class A Boys Hockey Tournament next week at Grand Casino Arena in St. Paul. They will win their 22nd game of the year with a 3-0 win over Detroit Lakes. Face-off at center ice, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company. Final seconds ticking down here. It's Walter. There you have it. That's it. The Warroad Warriors have climbed the top of the mountain of Section 8A Boys Hockey, and they win 3-0 over Detroit Lakes. We're going to be back right after this on KQ92, KQ92.com, and YourLiveEvent.com.
When temperatures drop, eat more nodes. You can eat
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Kyle Larson here for Franson Bank and Trust. We are a Farmer Mac approved lender that can offer operating lines of credit, land, equipment, and facility financing. Our lending experts understand the farm economy and climate in and around the Ada area. With a fast underwriting process and local decision making, you can save time on all farming and ag-related inquiries. Contact our Ada office today to learn more. Franson Bank and Trust, real people, real results. Member FDIC.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassiz Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve, so we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Hi, I'm TJ Yoshi here at Marvin headquarters in Warroad, Minnesota. Let's check it out. Warroad is a small town way of life right on Lake of the Woods. Some of the best fishing in the world.
I think what makes us so unique here is within 15 minutes of me leaving work, I can be out on the lake, I can be on the golf course, I can be on the bike path, I can be out in the Beltrami Island State Forest.
Just a fantastic way to grow up and to live life.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one, American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls, where your final score, the Warroad Warriors have defeated the Detroit Lakers by a score of 3-0. They now will advance to the state Class A boys hockey tournament next week at Grand Casino Arena as they win their 22nd game of the season, as they pick up a win over the Lakers, and it a great year for Detroit Lakes. Man, oh man, they came in 17-9-1, and a younger team with just 6 seniors, lots of juniors, lots of sophomores. There's some 9th graders that saw a lot of ice time, so things looking pretty darn good for the Lakers. As a matter of fact, I think they get the goaltender Griffin Lindbergh. If he stays with the program, he's going to he'll be a big part of the 2026-27 Detroit Lakers. Taking a look at the scoring in that second period, just the one goal, the empty net goal by Thomas Grappentine. That was at 16-13. And that completes the 3-0 scoring as a Warriors with the win number 22 for the Warriors on the season. Shots in that third period, 10 for Warroad for a game total of 34. That means 31 saves for junior netminder Griffin Lindbergh. And 3 shots for Detroit Lakes in that third period. That makes a total of 12. That means a shutout for the Warrior netminders tonight as they pick up the victory here in the Section 8A boys championship game here at Ingolstadt Arena. And Thief River Falls, as right now the awards being passed out. The second place ribbons for Detroit Lakes, the Warriors championship ribbons, going to be passed out here. Going to ramp up the broadcast, head down to the ice, get some post-game interviews, and we'll have that. We'll be able to have that audio for tomorrow morning for the KQ92 KRWB morning show, as the Warriors now advance to the state tournament. So the Warroad girls advanced to the girls state tournament. The boys now advance to the boys state tournament, and make sure that you're tuned in for coverage of the Class A boys hockey tournament coming up next week. We'll take one final time out. We'll wrap it up here from Ingolstadt Arena, as we'll give out our post-game awards and wrap it up from Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls. Again, your Section 8A champions for 2026 are your Warroad Warriors. They defeat Detroit Lakes 3-0. We're back right after this.
Now legal for people aged 21 and older.
I always tell my younger patients that using marijuana while you're young can hurt how your brain grows. It can harm learning, memory, and attention.
And they need to know that the use of marijuana is illegal for anyone under the age of 21. That means it's age restricted, just like using alcohol, tobacco. That means you have to be 21 or older to use it.
Be a team player. Talk to your kids. This message was paid for by the Cannabis and Substance Use Prevention Grant. Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Red River Valley winters are demanding. The expert heating and plumbing technicians at Bears Home Solutions will keep your home warm, dry, and comfortable all winter long.
All right, welcome back to Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls. Time to get out your post-game awards, your Woods Outdoor Sporting Goods Warroad Thread Star of the Game. And we are going to give that to Ryan Chamernick. He got the game-winning goal. Was the first goal of the game back at 2:39 of the second period. It wound up being the eventual game winner as the Warriors won 3-0. We'll give Ryan Chamernick the Woods Outdoor Sporting Goods Warroad Thread Star of the Game. Check them out at the Woods. They know the Woods. They got the goods. They're located 4.5 miles west of Warroad on Highway 11. They got everything you need if you're going to be heading on out on that hunting or fishing trip or whatever the case may be. Again, the Woods Outdoor Sporting Goods Warroad Threads. They've got all your apparel needs. They've been serving the community for many, many years. Hats, coats, jackets, you name it. Warroad Threads has got it. And they're located in Warroad, kind of right across the street from the radio station, just about. Anyway, that is your Woods Outdoor Sporting Goods Warroad Thread Star of the Game, and we're going to give that to Ryan Chamernick, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. We're going to give that one to Evan Huntfent. He scored the second goal of the game, the power play goal that kind of put things away, so to speak. And Enbridge Energy, they're solving the problems of tomorrow with the newest technology today, and that means they're delivering energy to you safely, reliably, and sustainably. Life takes energy. Visit Enbridge at enbridge.com. Again, Evan Huntfent is your Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. That is going to wrap it up here from Ingolstadt Arena in Thief River Falls. Once again, your final. Warroad Warriors are off to the state tournament. They defeat Detroit Lakes tonight by a score of 3-0. And again, be tuned in tomorrow morning at the KQ92 KRWB Morning Show for all the audio from the post game. That's going to do it here from Ingolstadt Arena. I'm John Michael. Have a good evening, everybody.
Thank you for listening to tonight's broadcast of high school sports on Lake Country KQ92. We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast and ask you please patronize the advertising sponsors that made it possible. For more game information and upcoming schedules, visit the website KQ92.com. We now return you to regular programming on Lake Country KQ92.
All the boats I missed, all the hell I've called.